back. The name of York City still sends a shudder down the spine at Old Trafford. They provided the shock of the second round last season, but after 3 straight defeats, Everton's Joe Royle adopted a different approach to the one Alex Ferguson did on that fateful night 12 months ago. In fact, he strengthened his side, or certainly strengthened the midfield, by playing both John Ebbrell and Tony Grant. It's basically a 4-3-3 formation. I'm sure you're all familiar with the York team by now. We join the match in the first half. The commentator is Mike Sadler.
York seem to have settled fairly well here at Goodison. Far from overawed Alan Little's side, as you would expect. Here's Neil Tolson looking for the through ball. Hinchcliffe his favourite there, though. Oh, that's short for Southall. He needed to be on his toes. Wayne Murty was bearing down on the big Welshman there. 38 on Monday, Neville Southall. Certainly didn't look his age on that particular occasion. Throwing to York City. Andy McMillan takes it. Gets it back. That's a little bit late from Gary Speed. I think McMillan felt the force of that one. Definitely late. But he looks okay, the York right back. And they have a free kick. Short heads it away. Only as far as Murty. Whip back in. Danger still not clear, making a little bit of a mess of that, Everton, but now Ferguson gets it away. Here's Earl Barrett. Still though, York closing the ball down well in this opening exchanges, and Joe Royle definitely looking as if he's got a worry or two there with his chairman Peter Johnson. That was short for Hinchcliffe from David Unsworth. Robust challenges from both sides. Murty there on Hinchcliffe, and the England international felt the full force of it. Here's Earl Barrett for Tony Grant. Grant again picking things up there. A little bit scrappy on the edge of the York City box. Here's Ferguson. Still going, the big Scotsman. Can he get a shot in? Duncan Ferguson a little unlucky there, just couldn't hook his foot around the ball enough. And in the event, he got to the ball, the big Scotsman, but he went wide of Andy Warrington's post. John Ebbrell looking to cross to the far post. Ferguson, always a threat, the big Scotsman. And that far post cross from John Ebbrell was inch perfect for him. Look how far he is, head and shoulders above John Sharples there. Once again Everton pressing down that right. Here's Ebbrell again looking for Ferguson. In the end it was Speed who got there, and a fine save from Andy Warrington in the York goal. Gary Speed with the header. John Ebbrell just chipped it for him. Speed bringing the best out of Warrington. Good save. Here's Kanchelskis, and it's off the line. Once again, scramble. Oh, it's a pinball machine in there. Craig Short couldn't deflect it in. Kanchelskis' shot was the first to be cleared off the line. Then it came to Ferguson, and Short really didn't know what had hit him. Now Kanchelskis again. So dangerous down that right. I think Warrington will be happy to see the Russian shot just scramble clear of the post. Good start to this game. Plenty of threat from both sides. Here's Tolson for York City. That's good play. Now it's Paul Stevenson. Headed away by the Everton defenders. But only so far. McMillan. Still scrappy. Still York threatening. Good challenge by Joe Parkinson, denying Adrian Randall. He's been busy. Here's Randall again, looking for Stevenson. Half-headed clear, but York showing no signs of nerves, and once again it's Randall, right by the corner flag. Headed clear, but still it's there. Charged down by the Everton defenders. And still York come. Macmillan making time and space for himself. But that's a good challenge by Earl Barrett. Once again, though, the York players are there to pick up the pieces. Here's Gary Hemsworth for York City. Really look a composed outfit. Of course, they beat Manchester United last season before going out to Queen's Park Rangers in the third round. Andy Hinchcliffe with a throw-in for Everton. It's going to be a corner kick. Craig Short challenging. Ferguson's the target. Oh, and it's off the line for the second time. This time Tony Grant, the man who's denied. Headed down for Grant and brilliantly off the line by Hemsworth. Little, a relieved man. Once again, York pressing. Well, Barrett's caught out. This may be trouble. Good save by Southall. Still, the danger's not clear, though, as York beaver away. Gary Ball trying to turn it in. This time Neville Southall manages to get hold of it. Well, really, he had to be at his best there, Southall, to deny Adrian Randall. York looking just as positive in this second half as they did in the first. It's a good ball from Stevenson. Once again, Neville Southall alert to the danger. Having a good game today, the Welshman. Joe Royle looks far from happy, doesn't he? And the referee spotted an infringement there in the centre of the field. Adrian Randall, the man fouled. Looks as if Paul Rideout may have just nudged him out of the way. Having a good game, Randall. It's a free kick to York City. Neil Tolson with the target. Gets up well. He may get it back. And he's finished it off magnificently. Neil Tolson draws first blood for York City. Absolutely magnificent goal by him. He finished it off after getting the initial touch. And what a fine finish. Southall had no chance. 1-0 to Alan Littleside. Well, really, Everton now find themselves up against it. Gary Speed looking for Kanchelskis. He's always a threat. We've got a game on now. Kanchelskis inside, drives it into the net. What a fine strike from Andrei Kanchelskis. And he's urging his side on. The crowd suddenly have something to cheer. The Everton fans brought to their feet by a fine strike by the Russian. 1-1. We've had no lack of incident in this game, and it doesn't look like letting up. Kanchelskis, the goal scorer. Ferguson, Speed, just past the post. Gary Speed looking for his second goal of the season. Inches away there. Kanchelskis again the danger. Ferguson miscued. Speed just wide. Good interception by Hemsworth. But Everton get it back. Gary Speed again, breaking down the left. Burris. Good touch by Tony Burris. Former Stockport man with an important touch there. Speed had broken. Burris read it well. Here's John Ebrell, centre of the field for Everton. Good game this. Good cup tie between two fairly well-matched sides on the night. And now it's Paul Rideout, the substitute. He's made an impact. That's a good early cross. Craig Shaw just inches away. Once again, Everton threatening down the right, and Kanchelskis at the heart of most of their attacks. Teasing the defenders. Half cleared. Now it's back to Earl Barrett. Can he deliver a good cross? It is a good cross. Rideout! Oh, what a fine save. That's the best save he's made, Andy Warrington. Rideout, very unlucky there. Super stop. Barrett's cross was telling. Rideout's header was absolutely superb, but so was the save. Super open encounter tonight here at Goodison Park. And here's Gary Speed looking for another goal for Everton. Goodness me, that just crept past the post. Struck it well. Warrington happy to see it go by. Alan Little enjoying it, urging his side on. He's done well so far. Closing stages to hang on. But it's Everton who come forward. Through Duncan Ferguson. The Scotsman, once again, inches away. Everton looking for that all-important second. Ferguson struck it so cleanly. Just wide. Good tackle by Parkinson. It got a touch off a York player. Duncan Ferguson keen to get on with it. Rideout receives the ball and Ferguson gets it back. He's still going, Duncan Ferguson. He's got Kanchelskis to his right. Headed away by the Everton defenders, but York don't look as if they're happy with the draw, do they? They're still going forward. And Everton struggling to get it away. Murty still going, still it's Murty. Here's the substitute. Richard Creswell could have made a name for himself there. It was Wayne Murty who battled his way through. He got the bounce of the ball, but Creswell really should have hit the target. Everton this time coming forward. Once again, Kanchelskis battling for the ball. He's strong enough. He's still going. And here's Eberl. Just couldn't control it. And York able to clear their lines. That's an offside decision given against Tolson. Ferguson's the target. Rideout! Little smile from Andy Warrington. More out of relief because Rideout was just inches away. Unsworth's free kick. Ferguson's flick on. Rideout couldn't get there. So the dying stages here at Goodison Park. York, the conquerors of Manchester United last year, hanging on for a draw. And there is referee Scott Matheson's whistle. Joe Royal's side are held at home by the 3rd Division outfit. They applaud their fans. It finishes 1-1 at Goodison Park. And the hero for York City, the former Oldham man, scoring against his old manager, Neil Tolson.
Our ground, it's a small ground, 9,000-10,000. We need the Everton people to come and watch. We need to come at them a little bit more. We need to play open football. We've got to win this game, and that could be the problem for us.
You seem to like this round of the League Cup.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice when you pitch yourself against, you know, managers like Joe Royle, Alex Ferguson last season. My players matching themselves against this type of player. Terrific for all of us.
That these scenes of celebration will be repeated. In the second round first leg last week, York drew 1-1 with Premiership Everton at Goodison Park, setting up the chance of another upset. First to a packed Bootham Crescent, and York's manager Alan Little is hoping for another memorable night for the fans.
They'll be out in force tonight. All the tickets have gone for the York fans. They're looking for another upset, and I hope I do it for them.
There are more than 8,000 in the ground, young and old. Among them, your commentator, John Helm.
Everything's different tonight. The national press are here hoping to see an upset, and if it happens they'll have a close-up view from the benches strategically placed for them on the touchline. Neil Tolson was a winner in the corresponding round last year for Bradford City against Nottingham Forest and scored last week at Goodison. Of the 4 pre-match doubtfuls, only Gary Hemsworth has failed to come through, so there's a timely return at left-back for Wayne Hall, whose groin injury has restricted him to just 30 minutes reserve team action all season. Gary Speed returns to Yorkshire for the first time since leaving Leeds United in the summer. He, of course, played in last season's final, but doesn't need reminding of the result. There's no Duncan Ferguson in Joe Royal's side. The Scot needs knee surgery, but this side still contains 8 internationals, including the entire defence. It's 6 years since Steve Lodge had charge of a game here at Bootham Crescent. The Barnsley official has since progressed to being one of the top referees in the country. The crowd of around 8,000 anticipated here. It's the first time Everton have ever played at Bootham Crescent. In fact, York now only have to play West Ham United and Ipswich for the full set of the 92. Here's David Unsworth, Everton's captain and England international, back to a Welsh international who always seems to have been in goal for Everton, Neville Southall. Unsworth, one of the younger breed, Southall, definitely one of the oldest. Held up well by Tolson, and then Murty. Making good ground, and the ball slipped forward. It's a good one for Tolson, who was almost in there, and a little bit of slackness in the centre of the Everton defence. Well, Barrett had to use his pace. I'm sure it's a relief for York City that they don't have the aerial menace of Duncan Ferguson to contend with this evening. Played forward by Bull. Not quite long enough to get Tolson in. Southall's boot and then Speed's head. Carry play into the York half. Lovely playing surface, and Macmillan does well to ride the challenge of Limpar there. And that was good play too by Gary Bull. It frees Murty. Wide left is Paul Stevenson, who will attack Parkinson, and Stevenson's cross skidded away off Parkinson's studs. It's an enterprising start from York, no question about that. Just too much strength on Adrian Randall's reverse ball. Trying to apply some pressure, and will be York's throw, conceded by Hinchcliffe. Taken up again by Murty. Great running from Murty, and he'll whip the shot in. It cracks away off the body of Earl Barrett. He certainly felt that, and now away goes the speedman, Kanchelskis. Rideout, but his feet are rather tangled up. So Limpar hoists one up there. Danger here to the York goal. It's over the top, and then he takes the whistle. Foul gone. Gary Speed always been strong in the air though. There's no Duncan Ferguson, but there is Gary Speed to get on the end of just that sort of pass. Randall's header, intercepted by Hinchcliffe. And Everton prepared to mix it, long and short passes alike. Here's Graham Stewart, who's good, and wriggles away. Kanchelskis. Great turn from Kanchelskis as well, he's not all about speed. Barrett dispossessed by Tolson. So it's been twice that Barrett's not done what he was meant to do. Murty's sharp as well for York. And he'll take it back and gets the shot in after the ball from Gary Bull. Pulled wide, but Murty is clearly a danger man for York tonight. Played the 1-2, took it back from Gary Bull, and didn't have much time to hit it under the challenge of Limpar. Plenty of pace supplied by young Graham Murty, just 21. Kanchelskis mustn't give him any space at all. Wide with Hinchcliffe. Limpar. And as Limpar may well have a go. He still might. Second chance for him, and this time it comes away off the ankles of Tony Barras and is harmless. There's a terrific atmosphere at Bootham Crescent, and it can unsettle even the biggest of clubs. That's a good header from Stevenson, and Bull applies the pressure on Barrett. And as a result, York win the ball back in a dangerous area with Adrian Randall, who hit the shot, and a good one it was too. Adrian Randall, who's yet to score a goal for York City, struck that well. And a fine diving save by the Welsh keeper Southall at full stretch. Pottinger drives the ball forward, and there'll be another free kick for this. Barras the offender that time. And a good thump of Gary Spood's left boot sends the ball skying way over the top of the York crossbar. Never much danger of this one hitting the target. Well, again the ball held up, so the wind is swirling. Pepper into feet. Murty. He's done some very good things tonight, Graham Murty. And he rolls it wide now for Stevenson to attack Everton. It's lobbed in, and there's a header by Bull. Tolson comes to chase it. Here's Murty with the shot. Charge down, that's good defending from Everton, but a York corner. And they certainly created the space for the shot here. Stevenson clipped it in. Gary Bull with a back header. It came off Unsworth, broke free for Murty, and well charged down by Barrett. They'll raise the roof if they score from this. And McMillan knocked it in, but now he's going to have to get back sharply. Away goes Limpar. Kanchelskis on the far side, and there's Limpar. One defender, Murty, who's got back with him, and Murty's just as quick as Limpar. And that's good defending by York City. That looked a potentially lethal situation against them. So it's almost 2 years now since Joe Royle left Oldham Athletic for Everton, and he really has rebuilt the side tremendously well. They were going nowhere at the time. This is good work again from York. That's their job tonight, to unsettle Everton. They've got the advantage of the away goal. But they can't afford to concede possession like that to Limpar, who straight away tries to pick out Kanchelskis, who may still get in here. It's Kanchelskis on the outside, and he whips it across. Oh! Well, it can't have missed the base of the upright by more than 6 inches. With Graham Stewart closing in. And how close did Kanchelskis come to the night's opening goal? Let's see. Whisked by. And the agony etched on Graham Stewart's face. A stumble by Hall, the ball into Kanchelskis' path. He took on Barras, he took on Warrington, and it went wide. Well, York don't need to be overly ambitious at the moment, but it would be nice for them to get a goal. They did last year against Manchester United, only to eventually lose the tie 3-1. Up from McMillan. And Sharples had gone in there to try and claim it. It breaks for Rideout. Forward from Kanchelskis to Stewart. Parkinson. Room for him to try a shot. And it slips away, and Rideout can score for Everton, and does. Well, it was a fluke in many ways, but Rideout accepted the gift. Parkinson's shot scythed along the ground, flew up into the air off Sharple's boot, and with Warrington coming from his goal, Rideout swept it beyond him and into the York goal. So it's an unlucky goal for York City to concede. Sharples knew nothing about it or his whereabouts. Rideout knew where the goal was. Pepper into that corner for Tolson. York's throw. But Everton have defended with some ease, really, certainly in the last few minutes. Neville Southall hasn't really made a save as yet. There's the long throw, which is down to Pepper, who'll hit a shot here. With the left foot, puts it wide. There's the long throw in, which can be disconcerting for defenders. Nigel Pepper wriggled into situation for the shot. Ball was wide. Top scorer this year here with 6 goals, all from midfield. It's found its way through for Stewart. Well, there have been some major scalps here over the years. Aston Villa, Arsenal. They both lost here. Liverpool could only draw here. Manchester United beaten last season. So York now try to add Everton's scalp to that list. As McMillan plies the ball in there, and Southall will have to be strong. He got the punch in. Stevenson can still cross the ball. Forward for Randall. Nice touch from Adrian Randall. They're queuing up in the centre. And there's the goal for York City. They get the equaliser through Neil Tolson. Delight around Bootham Crescent. That's the celebration. Well, they're sitting down for it now, but they were all alert enough for the goal, which brings the tie all square again. And Adrian Randall takes great credit for this. Southall was struggling once he really flapped at that punch. But there was a lovely touch from Adrian Randall there, which took him into the clear. He whipped the ball back, and Neil Tolson rattled in his 3rd goal in 3 games. They'll be happier now. Ball to take on Unsworth. Stevenson's charging forward, and Everton might be torn asunder again here. Stevenson must pull it back, and it's right across, and Stevenson's there again, and he whips it wide. Tolson was screaming for the ball into the middle. York could well have been in front. Stevenson always got the better of Unsworth there. Tolson was in a great position. Barrett stretched. Stevenson hit the rebound wide. Well, York have harried and hustled well. They didn't perform very well here against Stockport County on Saturday, but they performed well enough to go into the dressing room all square at half-time for Rideout. After an unfortunate deflection by John Sharples, hooked Everton into the lead, but Neil Tolson popped up yet again for York City. 3 goals in 3 for him. So at half-time here, it's York City 1, Everton 1. The Minster City has seen some famous footballing nights over recent years. I wonder if we're on the threshold of another one here at Bootham Crescent. 1-1 at half-time, so someone has to score now. Otherwise we go to extra time and penalties. Swapped wide, and Everton have made a change during the interval, and teenager Michael Branch is on and taking the place of the scorer Rideout, and there goes Branch and he's down in a heap. He'll only be 18 next month, so here is youth given its opportunity by Joe Royle. Joe Royle felt he had to do something. Rideout didn't quite look fully fit. He has been soldiering on with an Achilles problem. Hinchcliffe bats one in. It nearly ricocheted back to another Everton man, and now it's Kanchelskis. Wriggles to find space. There was none there for him, but Everton rebuild with Parkinson and now with Hinchcliffe. An audacious touch from Branch, but then it's cleared. And this is Murty. Oh, he's taken them all on by himself. Some exciting running there from Graham Murty, enjoying his best season here at Bootham Crescent since joining the club as a junior. And again York chasing every ball, trying to force mistakes out of Everton, and that they do, but now Hall loses it, and away goes Branch, and he's quick, and Branch hits the shot. Brilliant try from Michael Branch. 17 years of age, prodigious talent, much appreciated by those Everton fans who've come across from Merseyside. Once he was in possession from Hall's slip, he was on his way, and what a lovely effort by Michael Branch. Good from Randall. A neat flick from Tolson, but it didn't find Murty, and away goes Hinchcliffe for Everton, and there's a man wide on his left. Oh dear. It was beyond Limpole. Pepper for York, 1-1 the score, 2-2 on aggregate. The ball through for Tolson, he can hit one from here. Terrific try from Neil Tolson, and he's inches away from further glory. Neville Southall was really scampering across to try and combat that. Pepper had picked Tolson out with a delightful ball over the top of the defence, down off the chest, thumping one just wide. Great ball from Pepper, and he'd broken that back line, Tolson, and he is a handful, as Southall knows. There's a nice header down for Branch. It's Hinchcliffe now. There's only one in the middle to aim at, and it was never going to reach Kanchelskis first time, nor will it reach him second time. Comes instead to Hottiger. Good ball from Parkinson to Hinchcliffe, and he's got plenty of room now to measure the cross. Dangerous one in. Just eluded Stewart, but good defending by York City to their credit there. And Tolson has pulled away, and he was onside, and Stevenson's onside as well. And Hottiger has to backtrack, and Stevenson could get a second here. So unlucky, but it's got to be number 2. Gary Ball knocks it in. York in front. Oh, they're loving every minute of this. And York City, they're at it again. They were caught out by McMillan's long ball. They were looking to play offside. Stevenson broke that offside trap, cut inside Mark Hottiger. He was unlucky not to score. There was no stopping Gary Bull. Thank you very much. Bull's first goal of the season, and what a time to get it. It may have been easy, but it is priceless. So a first of the season for Gary Bull. His last Coca-Cola goals were back in 1992, scored for Barnet against Peterborough. Joe Royle knows that Everton are on the end of some pretty nasty headlines in the morning if it stays like this. They've not won any of their last 7 matches, and they've not won away since a victory at Sheffield Wednesday in April. The portents are not good at the moment. Tolson's there with another flick, and 2 York men, 2 Everton men came for the same clearance. As a result, it's mopped up by Randall. Oh, that's a great ball through the middle for Stewart, and the keeper Warrington just got there in time. Very alert goalkeeping from 20-year-old Andy Warrington. Strange to think Everton's season began so promisingly with a 2-0 victory over Newcastle. They're on the back foot again now. There's a real chance here. Murty's away. Tolson is in the middle. If they get a third, it may well be good night Everton. Murty will flick it back here for Pepper, who'll rattle it in, and Southall makes the save this time. But they were at 6s and 7s there, the Everton defence. Good save, Neville Southall. Stewart allowed it to run through. Neatly done by Macmillan. He wasn't phased, and he hits the long ball in here for Tolson again. Can he finish it? Tolson with the shot! His arrow's wide of the left-hand upright, and again Everton were caught out with the long ball out of defence. And they are like statues back there. Watch now as Andy Macmillan hoists this one over the top. Look at them. Everton trying to backtrack. Tolson lifts it over Southall, who was very relieved. Branch. Oh, and this might be very handy for Limpar. He's weaved his way to a good shooting position. Cracking try from Anders Limpar, and the deflection took it over the top of the York bar. Good job, it might have been in the top corner of the net otherwise. Let's see where that deflection was from. Was it Andy Warrington's fingertips? Good save if it was. Could have come off Sharples, but anyway, it's a corner. And it's everybody up for Everton, barring Southall and Barrett. And the keeper didn't come from his line, but it didn't matter. With Hottiger now. Hinchcliffe. And they've gone for the aerial route again, and they could suffer. No, Gary Speed gets his angles all wrong. Not a happy man, Joe Royal. Willie Donachie on his right. Looks equally glum at the moment, and this, no, he's offside. Murty really was close to glory then. He couldn't stop rolling the ball into the net. Can't blame him for that. I think Joe Royal would have known it was curtains if that one had counted. Murty lost out that time to Hinchcliffe. Kanchelskis, here's a dangerous moment, and Andriy Kanchelskis, the shot, can't have missed by more than a foot. It happened to him in the first half, it's happened to him here in the second as well. And he could well have been going into extra time there, bobbled wide. Everton have to throw everybody forward. The York fans want to hear the final whistle, it won't come yet. The head of the defender, oh, and down he goes, and the referee looks, and no penalty given. Kanchelskis continues, confronted by Hall. Can Everton snatch a goal now? And be cruel on York if they do. Parkinson might get a shot in. No, he doesn't. Clapped away by Macmillan. Roars around Bootham Crescent. Well, another heart-stopping moment for York fans there. When Branch went down. Well, this was the moment. There is Branch coming across, and I think he skidded through, and I think he fell over his own feet. Speed. All hands to the pump for York City again now. It's frantic down there. They want the throw-in and they get it. They have battled their socks off York City. Stevenson, he's played well, and he angles a great ball through the middle for Murty. There's trouble here for Hinchcliffe. Murty Murty goes on and on and on and on and into the net, and York City are surely going through to the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup. The name is Graham Murty. They've done it again. They believe they have anyway. Murty's the name. He takes the salute. What a great ball from Stevenson, who laid on the second for goal. Here Hinchcliffe was always in trouble with the bouncing ball. Southall dashed out to try and rescue the situation, and Graham Murty scores York's third goal, his first of the season, and glory, glory, hallelujah, York City. And what a night for them again. Desperate night for Everton, at the moment anyway, as away goes Branch. Can they get a second goal? No, not for the moment. Oh, he's a joyful, happy lad tonight, isn't he? Alan Little. He'll go down in York City history. And this is why he's beaming all over his face. Murty applying the pressure on Hinchcliffe. The bounce unkind for the defender. Nothing Southall could do. And what a night to be called Graham Murty. Surely it's too late for Everton now. Unsworth puts the ball across. Still got to be dealt with. And there might be something this time. It's Branch. And it must get through, it does. It's the second goal for Everton, but you can tell from the reaction that they feel it's too late. Unsworth hooked it across. Warrington always looked to be in trouble, and then it comes back to Michael Branch here. It takes a huge deflection, and then it's actually Gary Speed who flicks it in. So the credit goes to Gary Speed, but the night belongs to York City. They've done to Everton what they did to Manchester United. Another glory night at Bootham Crescent. It didn't start very well, with Rideout putting Everton ahead, but Neil Tolson equalised, and then Gary Bull and 21-year-old Graham Murty won the night for York. And despite Gary Speed's late consolation for Everton, another Premier League scalp is under York City's belt. York City 3, Everton 2. York go through 4-3 on aggregate. Alan, I just said to you, how do you keep on doing it?
It's a good question. I don't really know. I think the quality's here. I mean, that's obvious. You can't beat sides like Man United last year. Okay, a different side probably, 6 or 7 changes, but the quality's here again. They've showed tonight individually, collectively, we're as good as Everton. We deserve to win tonight.
Did you feel you were going to do it even before the match tonight?
We were confident. I mean, especially when we saw Ferguson and Short were out. I mean, our hopes were raised then, and they let us play, and so we're a good side against the opposition. So I mean, back to the league on Saturday, pick up a few points.
Joe, what's the principal emotion after that? One of hurt or one of anger?
Both hurt, anger, disappointment, puzzlement, really. I mean, I heard our fans shouting, "What's going on?" And I'm asking the same question. I mean, we've had a long chat in the dressing room, asking the same things, and the players are equally puzzled. From a season that started so full of hope, here we are now on a retrieval mission.